Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful warm week as we are here in Southern California. This is fine music. Yep. Whoops. Not all of us. So yeah, we'll get the Murray report
92.
very soon. Yeah. Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah.
92. That's what my phone says.
Hotter there
I
than it
believe
is
it.
here. Wow.
You're not supposed
Fine
to have that
music,
many
397. This is the day we hit 400. So enjoy it, everyone. We start off with our leadoff man, Brett Whitlock. Will take us to new realms. Go ahead, sir.
Last week I reviewed a group called The Comet Is Coming, and about a month ago I reviewed an album called London Brew, and the saxophone player in both those groups was SHABAKA HUTCHINGS, and he has now disbanded the groups he's been in, and he's put down his saxophone for the most part and has taken up flute. He actually flew to Japan to pick up a number of different flutes. He felt the saxophone was starting to take an emotional toll on him. And he's come out with a totally different album from any works I've heard by him. It's called Perceive Its Beauty, Knowledge Its Grace. And it's a beautiful album. The flute just dances across the airwaves, and it opens up with a song, End of Innocence. He has quite a few guest stars on this album, and one of them is Andre 3000 and the electronic group Floating Points. It has a synthesizer pulse, it's ambivalent music, it's jazzy, and it's very compelling piece of music throughout the whole album. It's graceful, and there's a 7-minute workout called I'll Do Whatever You Want, and it's comes out fierce, reflective, and very intuitive jam between a number of artists, and it's just a great album. I've been listening to it off and on for the last couple of weeks. It's shimmery, poetic, and carries the listener to new heights. If you like, I would say maybe compare him to Paul Horn or Paul Winter.
Oh, yeah.
But a little more creative, a little more different space.
Sounds more vibrant, right? More
what
vibrant,
most
maybe?
reviewers compared it to was Andre 3000, his album called New Blue Sun. Now, he's a rapper from Outkast, and this album took people by complete surprise. He hadn't recorded in over, I don't know, 14 years, and now he came out with an ambivalent jazz album, free form, kind of tribal jazz flute, very impressionistic and rich texture and very dynamic. It's a beautiful album, and it just floats, and his flute just dances around. And he works with a number of other artists, and there's electronics going on behind him being improvised. And a reviewer said, this might catch you by surprise, but it's a world worth retreating to. So I would say, check those two albums out if you need a change of pace. ISOBEL Campbell has come out with a new album, and it's called Bow to Love. It's gentle, breezy. Her vocals, like the flutes, just float across the air. It's indie folk pop, a little touch of psychedelic. touches to some of the songs. Everything Falls Apart is a great song that starts off the album. It's subtle, swirling around her voice. The song just branches out. Do or Die is a song about her trying to push herself to write songs, actually, and it comes out with a great orchestration on it. There's some little jazzy tones to it. At first, it feels a little lightweight, but in her own way, you realize she's taking on the world with some of these songs. She takes on world crisis problems. And the electronics work their way through some of the songs, the acoustic guitar. It's like she whispers her secrets in your ear, said one reviewer. And that led me back to the album that came out before this in 2020. It's called There Is No Other. Now, this was her first album in 14 years. She had record label problems. She had to fight for ownership of her songs. And if you don't recognize her name, you might know her from years ago. She was in Belle and Sebastian.
Oh, wow.
She was the
Yeah.
female vocalist and the cello player. And she has a great solo career going. There's some great songs on this, City of Angels. She moved to LA and there's many styles on this album, and it has an orchestra. Like I said, some of it's folky, light synthesizer and electronic drumming, especially when she does Tom Petty's Running Down a Dream. She totally changes this up. And she also gets soulful and gospel type stuff. The Heart of It All is a great tune, and Hey World. And she packs an emotional punch with her very quiet, breezy voice. It really grabs me. And Rainbow is another song. It's sort of in the bossa nova mood. And then some people said it's a blend of Nick Drake meets Bobby Gentry. But when I started listening to this and heard the bossa nova song, I realized she has a lot in common with Astra Gilberto and her style of singing. It's very impressive and elegant, and I'm a big fan of hers once again.
All right. You have left us all speechless. That's an awesome thing. I know
Yeah.
I'm going to check out probably all of this. This is amazing.
Yeah, I read about the first guy in I think it was Mojo, one of the British music magazines, just recently, and about how he switched over to flute and all that. So it sounded really interesting.
Yeah, I really enjoy the Commoners Coming, and then all of a sudden I found out he disbanded the group. I just got into them.
It happens. All right.
But
Thank you,
that's the way
Fred.
it is. Yeah.
Hmm.